Hello, Facebook family. Hello, this is your trusted friend, family member to some, friend to many, boyfriend to those in the past, single man right now. So, Mike Canzoneri was urging me to make a new video. So here it is. Here it is. Here I am. I have a new idea. Okay, I'm gonna let the entire world know as if I didn't let you guys know 3 years ago. All right. I voted for President Trump. And at this moment, I still support him. And the more people go after him, the more I pulls the crap out of you leftist psychos, the more I love that guy. And the more my spirit is enriched. Now, I'm a Christian. Trump, I'm not too sure if he's a Christian, but there are Christians backing him, okay? He's not the nicest guy in the world. But I do believe that God summoned him, okay? I do believe that God anointed him to lead this country. Because right now, nothing against gay people. I mean, I've got family members who are gay. And I don't look down on them. I've got a gay nephew, Christian. His name is Christian. He's in the Fort Worth area. I've got a gay niece. Well, she's bisexual. And she's in Big Lake. And Big Lake, that's in West Texas, and there is no lake there. But so, it's not anything against LGBT. Certainly not anything against black folks. Because I love black folks. I love black folks. And it certainly isn't anything against the Mexican people. I come from El Paso, Texas. That's my hometown. Yeah, I come from the same place that Beto came from. Okay? Beto! And he had to drop out of the race because he is an idiot. All right? You cannot tell the American people, we're going to take your guns and we're going to take your freedom of religion away from you too. But only if you're a Christian. Yeah. That's not the way to win the presidency, okay? So, Beto O'Rourke is going to go run and hide. And they asked him, are you going to run for the Senate and try to unseat Texas Senator John Cornyn? No, because he knows he'll get his ass kicked. I mean, he came close to defeating Ted Cruz. I wasn't a big fan of Ted Cruz. I didn't vote for Ted Cruz. But, I think he might be towing the party line, whatever. But, I think Ted Cruz is a pretty decent person, all right? I think he's a pretty decent guy. Because at this point, we've got to fight for our country. At this point, I don't care where you are within the United States. I think that's what we have to do. That's my opinion. That's what we have to do. That's what I'm willing to do. Do I want to fight? No. If I had to fight, though, I got a killer left hook. I don't want to have to fight, but man, that shit would hurt. Anyway, so I on that subject, I did come up with a new idea for our friends on Wall of Confusion. Most of you guys probably aren't familiar with Wall of Confusion, but we call it WOC, W-O-C. I've got a little inside joke because a lot of those people are atheists and they think Christians are stupid. So I decided to rename the group War on Christianity. WOC, same thing. Wall of Confusion. I call it War on Christianity because basically that's what's happening right now with the left. With the left. Now, honestly, a true Christian like myself does not try to force my views on others. Okay? That's bullshit. That is total bullshit. You know who tries to force their views on others? Okay. Islam tried to go to Saudi Arabia and say, fuck Allah or fuck the Prophet Muhammad and see what happens to you. Guess what's going to happen to you? Off with your head. Off with your fucking head. Try to be gay in a place like Saudi Arabia. What's going to happen to you? You're going to be thrown to your death from a very, very tall building. All right? They're going to throw you from as high up as they can to make sure you're dead when you hit the ground. And when you hit the ground, there are other Islamic psychos who are going to throw stones at your dead body as if you didn't die already when you hit the fucking ground. So, for all of you assholes who are trying to ruin my country, I served in the United States Navy on the USS Eisenhower, an aircraft carrier. I worked on the fucking flight deck. Do you understand how pissed off we are when you say America is so oppressive? You fucking people better watch out, man. You better watch out with that bullshit, especially when you're going onto our streets. Whose streets are streets? Whose streets are streets? No, they're not your fucking streets, you goddamn communists. I'll tell you what. Do you want to be treated like we treat our foreign enemies? Because at this point, we're going to have to start treating you the same way. And we don't want to kill people. All right? Oh God, people. We don't want to kill people. That's not why we serve this damn country. I didn't serve in the Navy because we wanted to drop a bunch of fucking bombs. But we did what we had to do. And now we have to deal with you people here at home? Seriously? I mean, Muslims, there are good Muslim people. I'm not against all Muslims. I'm going to make this clear right now. I am not against the Muslim people. There are some decent Muslims out there. It's the Islamic ideology. These fucking psychos like al-Baghdadi, who our president ordered to be taken out. Guess how he got taken out? He took himself out with a fucking suicide vest and killed his 3 children that he was trying to use as human shields. And who was our number one hero? That beautiful German Shepherd. That's right. That's right. That beautiful German Shepherd. The same kind of dog that will take your ass down in the desert if you're running from the cops. She was on the front line. And thank God she's still alive. She's a hero. And she did receive an honorable, a Medal of Honor from President Trump. Now we have you psycho leftists out there saying, yeah, we're gonna kill. We want President Trump to be assassinated. Are you fucking serious? Look, I couldn't stand Obama, but I never advocated for his assassination. I couldn't stand George W. Bush either, but I never fathomed or even thought about his assassination. Why the fuck do you people think it's okay to call for the assassination of President Trump? And this is right at you, Mark Zuckerberg, and your fucking assholes at Facebook. Fuck you. Fuck you for allowing people to advocate for the assassination of our 45th president when he just put a big dent in ISIS. ISIS isn't going away. We know that. Al-Baghdadi knew we were coming after him. He just didn't know when we were coming. That's how badass our military is. And props to the Army Delta Force and the Army Rangers. Fucking props. We are all on the same team. I love you guys. I knew a lot of Navy SEALs when I was in the Navy. They were on board our ship with us. We were 6,000 strong on deployment. And I love them all. I love them all. And I thank them for their service. And if I wasn't so damn old, yeah, I'm going on 46 years old now this Sunday. If I wasn't so damn old, I would go right back in right now and rejoin the fight, because now it's really getting interesting. The thing is, though, is it's now the fight is here at home. Now we've got to fight people who are dressing up like ISIS members. They're hiding their faces. They're pussies. They're cowards. Fucking pussies. Cowards. 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 I saw them all at Austin City Limits Music Festival. A lot of them came from Portland. They're running around hiding their frickin' faces. They weren't doing anything wrong. They were just enjoying the show. But still, I don't think that anybody should be able to show up to a public space and hide their face. That usually means they're up to no good. So, Austin Police Department, you guys need to get your asses in gear and not allow that shit to happen here. I don't care what your politics are. I realize Austin is pro-Obama, anti-Trump. I fucking get it. But I live here. I deserve to be safe too. So you better guarantee me the same rights as you guarantee every other citizen of this fucking city, or I will sue the fucking living shit out of you, Austin City Council. I will sue the living shit out of you. If anything bad happens to me ever in this city, I will sue the living shit out of all of you. All of you. So you want to make me a multi-millionaire? Go ahead and let me get attacked by these fucking asshole domestic terrorists. And the Antifa faction here in Austin, let me make it clear, they're called Red Guard Austin. And most of them are attending the University of Texas. Yes, they're at UT. And the professors at UT as well. Echoing Ilhan Omar's bullshit lie that white men like me are the biggest threat to this country, which is a fucking lie. And we're not going to stand for that shit anymore. And I'll tell you what, man, if anybody comes at me with that bullshit, they're going to catch this fist right here. And I'm left-handed. Oh, my God. My God. I'm not a trained fighter. I'm not a trained fighter, but I do know how to fight. I would rather not fight, but if I have to fight, I'm going to do it right. If I do have to fight, I'm not going to fucking lose that fight. Do you understand? I don't need a weapon. I don't need a gun. I don't need a knife. I don't need anything but this. All right? This python. This python. Don't let this python strike you. This is my message to the leftists out there. Do you want to know what the Gadsden flag is all about? Why we have a rattlesnake on there and we tell you don't tread on me? That's because if you step in a rattlesnake pit, what do you expect is going to happen? You're probably going to get bitten several times. Okay? So that's what the Gadsden flag means. And now here in the United States, we understand. Veterans like me, we understand now. When I took the oath, I raised my right hand. I put my left hand on the Bible, and I raised my right hand and swore to defend the Constitution against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. At the time, I was like, wow, I don't know what, and that was like, what? That was 20 fucking years ago that I took the oath, okay? Exactly, 1999, 20 years ago. And I was like, okay, I get it. We've got some enemies in foreign lands, but domestic? What does that mean? We have enemies at home? 20 years later, yep, we do. We do. And now I know what that oath meant. Now I know why I took that oath. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I have considered joining militias, but I will never, ever officially announce it when I do. But if I see someone come forward like Beto O'Rourke, that fucking asshole, if I see anybody else like him threaten our Second Amendment, and, well, our First and Second Amendments are very important, okay? But the only reason why they threaten our Second Amendment is because they know we're going to kick their asses. We're going to kick their asses. Unless they disarm us, then they can swoop in and round us all up and eliminate us. Kind of like what Stalin did in the Soviet Union back in the day. Mao in China. That's what they're fucking trying to bring in here is communism into the United States, which is pretty laughable. It's a pretty bold move on their part, and it's not going to work. It's definitely not going to work. I mean, it's dead in the water. It's dead on arrival. Kind of like Trump's impeachment. Okay, Senate, fuck you, Congress. Go ahead. Send it to the Senate. Once it gets to the Senate, dead on arrival. Dead on arrival. Our 45th president, God, let me get this out. Our 45th President Trump is not going to be impeached. And even if he is impeached, he's not going to be removed. Just the very fact that they are attempting to impeach him over some bullshit, when we already know what he said to the Ukrainian president Vladimir Zelensky. He just congratulated Vladimir Zelensky on winning the election in Ukraine. And he said, please keep an eye out on anyone trying to interfere with our 2020 election. Because Hillary Clinton and the leftards tried to interfere with the 2016 election. It wasn't the Russians. It wasn't the Russians, man. It wasn't the damn Russians. I know. I was in the United States Navy. We don't want to go to war with Russia. We don't want war with Russia. They don't want war with us. We want cooperation with each other. For people who don't understand how our military fucking works, well, I do. We're all about we're all about defense. We're not about offense. We're not about invading countries for no fucking reason. Although, you know, some past presidents like Obama and Bush have fucking done that shit. We're not doing it anymore. And that's why I voted for President Trump. And he is not a racist. He is not a racist. Al Sharpton loved him. Jesse Jackson loved him. They gave him an award for his work, for what he had done for black communities even before he became president. And now that he's a Republican president, because he's a Republican, oh my God, he's a racist. Fuck you guys. Fuck all you guys. You guys are all full of shit. All of you. And I'm sorry. I'm getting a little worked up. You know, I'm trying not to cuss because, you know, we still have some young kids coming on here. So please forgive me, kids. I don't mean to cuss. I'm getting a little worked up. But what would a live feed be if I wasn't myself, right? Huh? You know, am I supposed to put on an act? Am I supposed to pretend to be someone other than who I am? Christopher Lee Wilkins. This is who I am. You know, I'm not Robert De Niro.
Hey, quit busting my balls over here, huh? Hey, I'm watching you, guy.
No, I'm not Robert De Niro. That guy's a fucking idiot. I used to like him. Until he started running his mouth. Now I don't like him anymore. But, you know, I used to like Robert De Niro, but, he's a fucking idiot. And, oh, damn it, just dropped the F-bomb again. Anyway, I lived, on that subject, I lived in the Hollywood area when straight out of high school. I went to Urban High School in El Paso, Texas. And I, as soon as I graduated, I was like, you know what? El Paso, there's not enough action for me. I'm sick of being in the desert. I want to be, I wanted to see the ocean. I wanted to be on the beach. So I moved. So anyway, that was in 1992. As soon as I got there, shit hit the fan, okay? The LA riots broke out. We had the earthquakes that were going on. We had the Big Bear earthquake, the Landers earthquake, which was a pretty big one. And when I was living in Huntington Beach, California, is when the Northridge quake hit. That was a 6.7 magnitude and was centered only 7 miles beneath the surface of Los Angeles. So that's why it did so much damage and caused a lot of deaths. Later on, after I got out of the Navy, I moved to Seattle with my brother Doug. lived in Seattle for 3 years, and wouldn't you know it, um, just a year after I moved there, um, the Nisqually earthquake hit. And it was even worse than the Northridge quake. By magnitude, it was worse. It was a 6.8, but nobody died other than one person, an elderly woman, died of a cardiac arrest because nobody expected an earthquake to strike Seattle. But yeah, that was a 6.8. It was centered on the Nisqually River Basin. And the only reason why that didn't cause more damage is it was 32 miles deep. Not like the Northridge quake in L.A. that was 7 miles deep. There's a big difference between 7 miles deep and 32 miles deep. But anyway, back on the subject. These people are talking about climate change. Oh my God, Oh my God, climate change. The climate is always changing, okay? The climate's always changing. Oh, it's so hot, it's so hot. Either it's too hot or it's too cold. What the hell is wrong with you fucking people? What the hell is wrong with you people? Why is it that the same people who deny God also deny nature? Seriously. They deny God and they also deny nature because they're saying that it's man's fault. It's people like me. People like you, Mac McInnes, who's watching. People like you, they're in the Philippines. Elon Yab, all right. Elon Yab, Saladino, okay. I have a hard time reading your names backwards. Bueno Saladino from the Philippines is watching. Jonathan Osteen. My friend Jonathan Osteen is watching. Apparently, he is related to Joel, the mega preacher from Houston, Joel Osteen. He is apparently a nephew of Joel, or maybe a cousin. I don't know. And Angie Reeves just tuned in. Angie Reeves is my favorite person ever from Utah. I love her so much, and I miss her. And I thank her for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, Angie. I love you. I love you, gal. I miss you. I miss you. Sorry, we lost so much time. So much was going on at that time, and I never got around to hanging out with you again. And I wanted to work with you at Wayfair. I really did. I really wanted to work with you at Wayfair because I'm a pretty good customer service kind of representative kind of guy. I get frustrated. Sometimes I would pound my fists on the desk. And you're like, Chris, are you okay? I'm like, I'm just getting frustrated. Because, not focus, but teleperformance is trying to give me 15 minutes to handle 15,000 issues. And I didn't like that average handle time bullshit, that AHT crap rule. I don't think that's a very good policy when you're trying to take care of people, because if you freak your agents out like that, what's going to happen is they're going to end up hanging up on people. And those people are going to call back pissed off, and the next agent is going to have to deal with the wrath of that. So, average handle time, all that bullshit is not a good idea. AT&T, they're a bunch of greedy bastards. Wayfair is a good company. And in fact, Angie, I know that they do have a warehouse here, I think in North Austin. Um, so I mean, I have been thinking about that, you know, for a while. But I just don't want to get back into a situation where I'm sitting